good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to episode 19 of Fundraising BIDness Talk. My name is Patrick Cyber. I'm so excited to be with you again today. I'm the owner and lead auctioneer for G Events based in beautiful Beaverton, Oregon, actually. And we are getting close to wrapping up our spring season. So I don't have a whole lot of prepared comments today, but it is a fascinating and exciting day. And the reason for that is that we're doing our first hybrid event this afternoon. So the governor and the CDC and everybody else said, hey, you guys can, if you're vaccinated, run around without mask and things of that nature, as long as you're following all the other protocols. And this event was scheduled here for a while, under the COVID restrictions based on the venue and being able to maximum capacity, but we also wanted to live stream the event. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that event today. And then we're doing another virtual event tomorrow night using our friends at StreamYard and using a different auction platform tomorrow, which is new for us. It'll be our first time to be on the schoolauction.net platform during one of these virtual events. I'm going to share a little bit about that. So let's start with today's event. And I want to make sure as people are tuning in, hey, be sure to say hello and tell us where you're tuning in from. Also want to encourage you, if you have any questions, feel free to ask those questions right in the comment box. And we will turn around and we will answer those questions for you right here. I'm also going to encourage you to put in the hashtag bid high and bid often, which is something I like to say a whole lot. But that is a bid high and bid often. And we are going to, if you use the hashtag bid high and bid often, we're going to give away a $25 gift card to Amazon today. So if you're in the comments, type in bid high and bid often, and we will be giving away a $25 Amazon gift card to one of our watchers and viewers today. So let's go ahead and add that. I'm going to put that as a ticker across the bottom so that folks can do it. Just all you have to do is type in that comment and bid high and bid often. And our friends at StreamYard have created a new giveaway tool, and it will enter you into the drawing. So appreciate you tuning in today, and feel free to type in bid high and bid often. So anyhow, talking a little bit about today's event, we are going to be out at the Stoller Family Estate and Winery out in Dundee, Oregon today. And we couldn't be more excited. We're going to have about 75 people at the venue that will be enjoying the event in a gathering format, obviously very socially distanced, very well thought out from that standpoint. And we're going to be raising money for our friends at the YWCA of Portland. And this is an event, folks, that they had to cancel it last year at the last minute, but previous to the start of the pandemic, this is an event that hosted about 400 people down at the Sentinel Hotel downtown Portland, and was a raging success. Raised a bunch of money for the YWCA of Greater Portland to further their mission of empowering women and eliminating racism. And very bold mission that they have, and they've done some great things. And so this event, obviously with the impact from COVID, had to be canceled last year. Many of the supporters made donations, so they were able to survive. But today's a big event for them. So we started looking at this a few months back. They gave us a call. Their auctioneer has traditionally been Jill Marie Wiles, and Jill Marie is a mentor to me in the business. Jill Marie is a legend, quite honestly, in the auction industry. She's a former international bid calling champion. She might have been one of the first, if not the first, women international champions. I could have my facts wrong there, but she taught for many years at the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, which is where I went to school to learn my skills, and then she's mentored me since then through the business and been a great resource to me. Well, she had one of her clients, the YWCA, reach out to her and said, "Hey, we've got this concept," and she said, "Hey, I would love to do your event, but on the technical side, I want to get Patrick involved and G Events involved." And so we partnered together on the event, and I was able to bring to the table my background in the virtual environment and combine it with obviously Jill Marie's incredible history and skill set of the gathering environment and create an event for them today. So we're going to be out there. We've got about 75 folks that are going to be joining us in person, and we hope to have several hundred, if we could. Would be fantastic that will be joining us on the live stream side. And our friends at the AV department, Todd Campbell, John Hasty, the whole gang, Sean Norris, and everybody will be out there providing not only the audio visual tools that we need, but also the live streaming technology and the live streaming expertise, quite honestly, to make that event what we refer to as a hybrid event. Now, I can't be more excited, because what we're going to be able to do is we have a special appeal, right, which is pretty common, a paddle race format, but then we will also have a live auction on 2 packages. It's something that they haven't traditionally done a lot of live auction at this event. It's traditionally been what we would consider an appeal or a paddle race type of collective type of an event. But we added a couple of live auction packages to it, and they're pretty unique and exciting. And so we're going to add that component. Now, folks were able to start bidding on them a week ago, and they have been bidding online. And then today, during the program, we're going to have folks both in the room and online bidding simultaneously on many elements of the auction industry. We call that a simulcast auction, which has been done on the some of the more traditional auction industry. Been doing simulcast for many, many years. You've heard me talk about this on the show, that this was the future. And what's exciting is we're going to execute it today, right? So I'm really excited to see what happens. We've got a great program, and I'll walk you through kind of what the run of show looks like, if you will. But we'll start out, folks will be able to gather about 4 o'clock today, and they will mix. I wouldn't say they would mix and mingle, right? We're not quite ready for that. So as people arrive, they have been assigned tables, and they are able to go to their table. Once they're at their table, they're able to remove their mask. They're able to sit and visit with folks at the table they've been assigned to. They are free to get up and go to another table. We added an additional chair at each table so that you could, in essence, go and sit down at that table. We're going to ask that if there's not an available chair, that you don't move tables, right? And so that'll be cool. And they'll have about an hour or so of that. And then from there, we start the broadcast, and we'll live stream. The show is scheduled right now, I think, for about 40 minutes. And that would be fantastic. Look who chimed in all the way. Candace Aguilar, how in the heck are you? Wonderful. One of my favorite auction shares of all times with Arcoides. Candace, are you still in Spain, or where are you? Tell me you're not in Oregon right now, but hopefully you're watching from Spain. You got to chime in with another comment and let me know where you are. Let me know where you're coming in from today. But it's great to see your smiling face. In fact, tomorrow night's event is Arcoides' event, and I hope you'll be tuning in wherever you may be. as we do a virtual event for that one I'll talk about shortly. So great to hear from you, Candace. Thanks so much for tuning in. The interesting thing is that we're treating this like I've described to many folks on the show in the past, several months, is that we are going to basically take a live stream event and add a studio audience. Okay. So, and looky there, Candace chimes in. It is 9 o'clock in Spain. So, hey, Candace, you have just expanded the bandwidth of Fundraising BIDness Talk to be an international audience, and I can't thank you enough. I will be promoting that I have an international audience. So thank you very, very much, Candace. It's great to see you, and I miss you dearly. And we've had a lot of fun with Arcoitus over the years when Candace is involved, so it's a good time. So anyhow, back to our program today, folks. So what's going to happen is people will come in, they'll sit down, they'll visit a little bit. We've got some past hors d'oeuvres. We've got, or not past hors d'oeuvres, but they have some food service that they're doing, safely and following all the protocols. And then what'll happen is we'll come to the stage, and Jill Marie and our MC, who's with the chair, board chair for the YWCA, will lead the program, and we'll showcase some videos. We have a message from the executive director that's pre-recorded, and then we have a couple of feature stories on a couple of the beneficiaries that have benefited from the services and the help of the YWCA. And simultaneously, we'll be asking for some donations, work through a paddle raise, and then we'll move into the live auction component. And when we do, because majority of the people who watch the show are in the fundraising world, maybe auction shares from other events or other clients. And I want to kind of walk you through what we've done. As you know, I'm a huge fan of Octria, and Octria is our platform today. And the way that we've done it is we have registered a bidder, and their first name is Floor, as in the floor that you walk on, and their last name is Bidder, right? And that's Floor Bidder, okay? And so we have a registered bidder named Floor Bidder, and the Floor Bidder is going to be bidding for the room, okay? And then the folks that are online will be able to bid just like they would normally bid, right? So we'll use Octria's live auction controller. We've encouraged all of our online bidders to register, download the app, and they will be able to follow exactly what Jill Marie is doing from the auction podium. And she will, in fact, the link on their website says follow Jill Marie, right? We're trying to make it as simple as that. And then what will happen is she will be watching a monitor, and that monitor is running in the Octria world. We call it the bid monitor and the live auction controller. So she will have a split screen that shows live auction controller on one side. So it'll show the item that she is selling at the moment. It will show all the people that have bid. Okay. So it will show her when people bid online. If Candace bid all the way from Spain, it would show up Candace Aguilar, and it would say what her number was, how much she had bid, right? And then simultaneously, she will be calling the action in the room. So let's just kind of walk through what that might sound like a little bit for folks. If we were, let's say we were selling an item, and we have been bidding on it for a week, remember, so we're going to have a starting point that we're going to start at. That's predetermined by the fact that people have been bidding on it. So if you can picture that our MC will introduce the package. Let's say this one is a 2-night stay at Stoller Estate in one of their private homes there on the property, a gorgeous place. And the bidding is currently at $500. Okay. So Jill Marie, let's go ahead and sell it. So she'll kick it over to Jill Marie. Jill Marie will get ready to sell it. I will be on a computer that is watching Octria, and I will be bidding as if I am the person in the room. And then simultaneously, I can also see, as can Jill Marie, if anybody from out in the internet world is bidding. Okay. So if you can picture, Jill Marie will go something like, we're at $500 online, and now $600 bid, now $600. 600 is bid in the house, and now $700 bid. I have 700 on the floor, and now 800 is bid. 800 is bid online, and now $900 bid. Now $900 bid. Now 900 is bid online, and now 1,000. Okay. So what happened there was that we will have, when she takes a bid in the room, I will, right, because I'm on the team, will be at the clerk table, and I will type in a bid for my registered bidder, which is floor bidder. Okay. So I will be bidding as floor bidder. So as soon as I bid, all the people online will be able to see what transpired. In other words, they'll see that they've been knocked out or they have been outbid. Okay. And when she said, we're at 500 online, because that's where we started, she said, I took a $600 bid in the house, which meant it was a floor bidder. So I would hit bid on my device, so then it would register that bid for the floor bidder. And then somebody online bid. And when they bid online, so that I can make sure Jill Marie knows it, I will raise my hand, okay, and she'll go to the next number, and she'll know that that bid is online, and she'll be able to look at her monitor, and she can see who it is, right? And we'll continue this process until she says sold. Now, when she says sold, all I'll have to do is, on the live auction controllers, I'll push the button for close, and the bidding on that item will end at that moment, okay? So should be extremely exciting for someone as talented as Jill Marie, who has done simulcast auctions and antiques and collectibles and personal property sales and all sorts of different auctions that she's been involved in. She's worked in this simulcast world for a long time, so that's fantastic. It's the first time that we're doing it in a benefit auction, and that is exciting because I really think this is the future, right? We have learned so much from the virtual environment, and then there has been so many positives, right? The one thing we have not forgot is that there's a lot of positives to the gathering environment too. So really our goal here moving forward is to merge these two worlds, right? And take the best practices and the best elements of both formats, whether it be in person or stream or only online, and bring those two worlds together and see how we can maximize. Because at the end of the day, we're about raising more money for our benefiting nonprofit organizations. So I'm excited. And next week, I will be posting this video up. You can always go to my Vimeo channel and see the different things that we're doing on G events and doing on virtual events. And that's easy to do. We actually have a Vimeo channel that has a showcase of just virtual events, and that's it rolling across the screen. So you can always go there and check out the replays of the virtual events that we have done recently. I think there's close to 30 events on there now. So that's exciting. And then tomorrow night, like I said, we're with BIDness. And one of the things that'll be unique about that event is we are, I think I mentioned earlier, I thought we were going to be with schoolauction.net, but that's not tomorrow night. We're with Octria again tomorrow night, and we're with schoolauction.net next week. Okay. On Wednesday, we're doing an event for school next Wednesday that's on schoolauction.net. But we are tomorrow night, we're with Octria. And it's an event. BIDness is a school that is near and dear to our heart here at the Cyber household. And Danielle started the school with Mary Taylor. It's where I got my start in the auction business as a volunteer. Got roped into being the volunteer auctioneer, and out of that was born my career in the fundraising business. So neat group. The unique thing about tomorrow is that we're doing it remotely. And what I mean are on site, which means that we're not going to be in the studio at the AV department. We're actually going to be at a different location, and the AV department will be bringing their streaming equipment and the necessary audio and visual elements of the event and bringing it to a venue. We're going to be at a hotel downtown Portland that we were able to secure a nice sized meeting room, and we're going to do the live stream from right there. And that's only because the AV department was booked up. They've had incredible success through this live streaming journey that we've all been on the last 15 months. And when this group wanted to book them, originally they had availability, and then we changed some dates. Whatever happened, we ended up, the AV department was booked, but they said, hey, we'll go remote for you. And, just like any other time I've ever worked with the AV department, their answer is always yes. Now let's figure out how to do it. And I like that attitude, and I love that about people when they do that. So let's plan on checking that out tomorrow night. That'll be a lot of fun. You can catch it at arcoirisschool.org. They've got a wonderful auction going. We've had a lot of fun with their golden ticket. We did their kickoff show last week, and it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of activity, and when we do these kickoff shows, which I think is really something that needs to be a staple in these events now. I recommend to all my clients that we do it. It's something at G Events that we add on and just do it included in their fee for us being their fundraising auctioneers. But we do a program that usually lasts anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes, and we live stream it on the day that the bidding opens online. Okay, so if we're going to do our mainline stream event, we always open up the bidding a week in advance, and we host a kickoff show on the day that the bidding opens. And what we do, doesn't really matter what time of day we do it. It would be great to have an audience live, but the reality is we're not too terribly worried about that live audience, because the purpose of the kickoff show is to introduce the fundraising week that we're doing for that organization, and to educate the audience and the bidders on how they support their organization, right? So we open up with a tutorial on how to bid and how to support, how to make a donation. We share with them what's going to happen throughout the week. We share if there's any raffles, if there's any of those types of things. And we also share a little bit of the mission and the messaging that is why we're having a fundraising event. And so that's, that's awesome too. That's what we like to see happen. So I want to encourage, catch one of these kickoff shows. It was very well received last week, and then we let the replay reside. The other thing about the kickoff show that's different than the live stream program is that we actually stream the kickoff show to the organization's social media accounts. So we can go to their Facebook, we can go to their Twitter. We cannot go to Instagram. That's a limitation that Instagram puts. They don't like to have stream from outside of their platform. But we go to Facebook, and we can go to a Twitter account. And what that does is that it hits their audience where their audience is used to learning about that organization. And then the reason we don't do our main live stream there is because there's no bidding or donating elements in the Facebook platform. So what we want to do is we want to educate everybody and tell them how to get to the auction, right? So we tell them on Facebook, and then they go to the auction website through usually the organizational website, or sometimes we actually do custom URLs for an event. I think I have wineandgolfball.com, which is one of the events I do for the children's course in the first tee of Greater Portland. And we just bought the URL wineandgolfball.com because that's the name of their event, right? Our friends over at Raleigh Hills Elementary, they have RHS, which is Raleigh Hills School Auction.com. And so that's unique too. But the kickoff shows, we run them on the social media accounts, and then we push them, the replays, maybe on the auction website, but also they reside on the Facebook account. So anybody that's interested in learning about the event, they can do that. So, so anyhow, lots of activity, lots of things going on. Next week, we've got our friends down at Boone's Ferry Primary School. And that's the event we're going to do on schoolauction.net. I'm excited about that. We did their kickoff show yesterday, and excited to learn another platform in the auction industry. Everybody has uniqueness, and they have different takes on how to do certain things. And so it's always good for me to learn what everybody else's thoughts are. And I'll form my opinions from there. So we're excited about it. It should be a lot of fun. Hey, folks, I want to encourage everybody. Anytime, reach out. You can catch us on Facebook. You can catch us on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We have a YouTube channel. We also are on. Well, we don't monitor it much, but we're on Twitch. We're on LinkedIn, and feel free to reach out, ask a question. If we can help you with your fundraising business and your event, please don't hesitate. A lot of exciting things going on in the industry right now. We would love to help you. We've got, and especially as one of the things that I want to draw attention to is that as the restrictions loosen with respect to the COVID and how we're going to handle all these things, what I'm seeing is that people are thinking they're going to come back to a gathering event. That's great. No problem with that. I'm going to encourage you to always make sure that you have a virtual backup, or you have a virtual platform that you can run, because then we can just add a studio audience to fit it and still be successful. Because remember, virtual never gets canceled. But one of the things that I'm seeing, I'm getting a lot of phone calls right now because there's quite a few benefit auctioneers that aren't in the business anymore. Unfortunately, the destruction of the pandemic reached our industry pretty hard, and a lot of folks had to get different jobs. And so people are going back to whoever they worked with in the past, and that person's not in the business anymore. And so they're looking for new auctioneers. So be sure to reach out to your benefit auctioneer and make sure that they're prepared and ready to do your event as you start thinking about the next evolution and next year's event or next fall's event. Now's the time, folks. Get on the calendar with your favorite benefit auctioneer, and always feel we always would love to have you reach out to us at G Events, and that would be fantastic. So, hey, folks, Fundraising BIDness Talk is every Wednesday at noon. We're live, and always appreciate folks tuning in, having a good time. And until next time, have a great day, folks. We'll see you next time.